ruthless slaughter and subjugation upon the land. And it's coming from two sides. It says in Ezekiel 21, around 21, both twain shall come forth out of one land. Okay, God's people executing judgment upon their enemies, and the enemy, everybody that's been worshiping idols, making war. You guys will be killing each other at the same time you're trying to destroy Christians. For ruthless people that operate lawlessly and criminally, it is a righteous thing that God would just utterly destroy, subjugate, and dominate the wicked, all the kings of the earth that robbed us the whole time. Man, the people that are not ready for this are in trouble. If you guys didn't repent, pray, gather your oil, and you're not waiting, you don't want to be caught off guard, because it's going to be a catastrophe upon earth, across the whole earth. Yeah, bodies will be littering the earth from coast to coast as God treads the grapes. Okay, when he pours his spirit out upon his people, right? You know, that we're now gathered. Well, anytime now. I could tell you right now that I could see it in a vision. All the wicked rulers that swore oaths and have been part of the hive, that have tried to destroy us and subjugate us and have been around us like dross, like bees, you know, bombarding us. The hole right here in the back of my cheek, right where you guys are able to touch me, as God seals it, he is going to utterly dominate and destroy citywide all the people involved that didn't repent. He gave mankind a chance to repent. They want to continue their bullshit because they're drunk on the wrath of God and Babylon's intoxicating wine. And it's fair. It is more than fair what Jesus Christ is going to do on this earth. And you guys are going to be crying in regret, torment, and eternal sorrow as this change happens. And there will be no mercy, even as you guys didn't show us mercy. The whole corrupt system in Babylon deserves this judgment and the wrath of God coming upon the land instantly for how you people operated. Yeah, in 1 hour, this happens. I've heard 3 to 4 hours, planes will be flying overhead as we're invaded. Imagine 3 or 4 hours, planes flying overhead, soldiers dropping out. Okay, but God is going to gather a lot of these armies, invaders up, I believe. He'll let them ground probably, but just in a short amount of time, it'll go dark as they invade. That's when he pours his spirit out. Psalm 72:6. He shall come down like rain upon the mown grass. Says he's turning water into wine. Like I said, if you can call it sorcery, that's when it works, right at the end. So if you don't have faith, you know, you're basically screwed. But citywide, God's putting his army upon the land, and to escape the wrath is not even possible. Yeah, liquid lava lightning bolts is coming to it's going to just lay the whole land waste. The whole earth is about to be transformed. But everybody that thought they would have Satan's kingdom to maintain didn't repent. It's not going to be a pretty sight, man. It says in Nahum 3, all her honorable men were bound in chains and dashed to pieces at the top of all the streets. Like I said, it's more than fair for what was done by this whole community of guilty rulers. Tortured our lives. Why? Because you suck, because you don't have a heart or a soul. You know? God he allowed his elect to experience continual affliction so that when this change happens, it's just terminate on sight, make my arrows drunk with your blood. Yeah, citywide, we'll be able to go out in 100 different directions at once probably, or maybe more. Like lightning bolts, man, to just utterly obliterate all you guilty people out of the land. Yeah, the day that burns like an oven is at your door now. Upon all you families that afflicted us, we gave you a chance to repent. Apparently, though, reprobates can't change. Can't stand to look at themselves, examine their own selves, right? So they look at God's people, and we're a mirror to them, and they try to break it, and put some fault in us rather than examine their own selves and correct what's wrong inside themselves. All you guilty, murderous children are getting totally obliterated. So, congratulations. It was earned. And I can't wait. And it's any time. So, enjoy the switch over. It doesn't benefit any of you guilty families that thought you would rob us. It's going to be fun the first hour. Getting the top tier of these Luciferians, pulling them out like lambs to the slaughter, man. So enjoy that. But yeah, citywide, bodies will be littering the earth after this change happens. Everybody involved is getting destroyed. Everybody trying to maintain Satan's bullshit is getting destroyed. Okay? If you try to destroy us, you're all guilty and lawless and criminal. You robbers and thieves. It's a righteous thing, man. God would just utterly kill. He's going to kill you guys with famine if you don't die in these first judgments. Within the first 1 to 3 days, you guys will be starving to death and eating each other's flesh. Eating tree bark, digging up worms. If you're not looking for a place to hide, man, the whole city's getting wasted. The land shall be utterly desolate without inhabitant. Till he's removed men far away, there shall be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. And yet in it shall be a tenth, the remnant. The holy seed shall be a stump, right? Isaiah 6. Yeah, the Lord covered over the leaders and these people. He covered over their eyes, smeared it over with sleep. Yeah, they've been sleeping the sleep of death now. It's time to put them out, man. They're never going to wake up from this. Well, in fire. So, hope you guys are ready. Try to make this clear as day. And it's going to be so beautiful, man, having all the evil cleared out of our land. So, be ready, you guys. Don't get caught off guard. And we'll talk more later.